Good morning, everyone. What we had discussed in the last session, which algorithm we had discussed? Yes, guys. Round robin. Okay. So everybody is clear with the idea of round robin? Okay. So moving ahead, with the last scheduling algorithm we are having, that is priority scheduling. As round robin we had discussed in the last session, what was the approach? In just 2 minutes, let's briefly revise the concept of round robin algorithm. Anyone? Required circular queue. Okay. Question repeat. I asked what was the approach of round robin technique, round robin algorithm. Fixed time slot in cyclic way. Yes. So basically in round robin technique, what we are following three things. Firstly, it is a primitive approach, correct? With time quantum, correct, Harshit? And with first come first serve basis, we solve the processes, right? So we print the processes as per the time quantum given and then rotate the processes in a circular queue in a first come first serve fashion, right? This is how we have discussed the round robin technique. It is also known as fair share technique, fair share algorithm, as it provides fair and equal chance for each of the process. Fine. So now we are going to discuss the next algorithm, that is priority scheduling. First of all, fine. So first of all, there are two things that you need to know about in the priority scheduling. The two things we are using, the two terms, that is primitive and non-primitive. As per the name says that this scheduling works on the priority basis. On which basis it works? On the basis of priority, this scheduling algorithm will work. So once the priority of your process will get to know, you can assign the CPU to that particular process. So as it says the priority scheduling, we are having two terms, primitive and non-primitive. What is primitive and what is non-primitive? Anyone? What do you understand by primitive and non-primitive? to slash the resources before completing, that is primitive, correct? Stop forcefully is primitive, yes. And in non-primitive case, we cannot forcefully release the resources from the ongoing processes, right? This is primitive, non-primitive approach we are using. Okay, so let us running state to ready state. Okay, fine. So as the name says here, priority scheduling we are discussing. As per the priority of the process, as per we have discussed in many of the algorithms, like in first come first serve, the processes which comes first will be served first. So in the priority scheduling, how we will allocate CPU to the process which is having high priority, the process which is having high priority will be scheduled first. What I am saying here, in priority scheduling, the process which is having high priority will be scheduled first. If you remember the PCB fields of a process, we are having a block known as priority, which contains a number. Do you remember a PCB field, priority field block in your PCBs? You are having a parity block which contains the parity of a process, that is a number, integer value that is associated with each process we are having, right? So basically the CPU allocates to the process with the highest priority. So whatever we are facing in the last algorithm, that is the starvation problem, that we overcome over here in priority scheduling, that I will discuss with you after this algorithm, that how we overcome this problem over here. Let us take some examples first of all, then after that we will discuss this. First of all, the priority scheduling algorithm will be implemented in two of the ways. First is the non-primitive way, and another one is the primitive way. As the non-preemption, we know that we cannot take forcefully CPU from ongoing processes, right? So this is the first approach, that is non-primitive parity scheduling. It means I cannot take CPU back from the ongoing process, right? So this is the priority scheduling algorithm we will apply on this given for the given process, or the for given data set. Give me a minute, huh? Fine. So this is the non-primitive priority scheduling. Non-primitive, I already says that we cannot take back CPU from the ongoing processes. So this says the priority scheduling. Now we will going to implement priority scheduling here, means priority algorithm. The simple fundamental, the basic idea, the process which is having high priority will be executed first, will be scheduled first. The simple funda, right? This is the basic concept of priority scheduling. Now remember, in our table, in our question, we are given with the processes P0, P1, P2 and P3 with its arrival time, with its burst time. Now in this time, during the priority scheduling numericals, you are also assigned with some priorities of a process. Each process will be assigned a number which is known as its priority. Now, which is the minimum priority and which is the maximum priority number? As per in the question, it is defined to you. If it is designed, like for example, in this question, if it is defined, this is the minimum priority and this is the maximum priority. but it doesn't mean it always happen. It is assigned to you in your question paper that highest number means highest priority or highest number means lowest priority. Listen again what I'm saying here. The number or the digits given here doesn't represent you. It doesn't mean if it is a lower number it is a minimum priority. ये भी हो सकता है कि 0 की maximum priority आपको given हो और 5 की minimum priority आपको given हो, right? So as per given in the question, you have to attempt accordingly. But by default, what we consider, the minimum number will having minimum priority and the maximum number is having maximum priority. What we consider by default is the minimum number is having minimum priority and the maximum number is having maximum priority. Fine. So let us discuss this numerical. Let us discuss this numerical. As we firstly draw the chart for this given question, starting from 0. At 0 time, which process arrives into the system? P0. At time 0, which process arrives into the system? P0, right? So I will assign the CPU to P0 process for how much time? For 10 seconds, because this is a non-primitive approach. Remember, which approach it is? Non-primitive, right? So for 10 seconds I have to assign the given this process to the CPU. No matter here how this is, I consider is the maximum priority here. If this is, if I consider the minimum priority here is, right? No matter what is the priority of a process, I need to assign this process till 10 seconds, because it is a non-primitive approach. Fine. Now after 10 seconds, P1, P2 and P3 arrives into the system at time 1, 3 and 5. Fine. Now at that time, I can compare the priorities. Now in this time, the decision mode is according to the priority based. What is the decision mode? That is priority based. Now which process will be assigned first? Which is having maximum priority? Which is having maximum priority? P1. So P1 will be assigned first for how much seconds? 6 seconds, because it is a non-primitive approach. Then P2, it is having 2 priority. See the sequence. Sequence is P1, P2 and P3. This is the sequence of priority given, right? So P2 requires CPU for 2 seconds, 18, and at the end of P3 will be given for 4 seconds. Is it fine? Firstly P0 will be assigned, then P1, P2 and P3. अगर for example ऐसा दिया हो आपको, for example it is given to you that this is having maximum priority and this process is having minimum priority, means the process number 5 means it is having minimum priority, right? And number 0 means it is having maximum priority. Now at that time 0, which process will be given assigned to the CPU? At time 0, at time 0, which process will be assigned? Why it is so? देखो 0 पे कौन सा प्रोसेस सिस्टम में मेरे पास है? P0 है, लेकिन मेरे पास प्रायोरिटी की बात तब आएगी जब मेरे पास मल्टीपल प्रोसेसेस एक टाइम पे सिस्टम पे। रिमेम्बर करो शॉर्टेज जो फर्स्ट में हम क्या कर रहे थे कि जिस भी प्रोसेस का बर्स्ट टाइम कम है, the processes which is having minimum burst time will be executed first. But at the instant of time, whatever the process is available in the system, we can execute that process, right? The minimum burst times will comes into the picture when you are having multiple processes at the same time. If you do not have any option, you will execute the current process, right? So we will execute the current process that P0 is available in the system now, no matter what is the priority of P0. P0 is only available in the system, right? So once P0 will be executed, I am having 3 more processes into the system at that time, right? Now I can compare the priority of these three processes, which is having maximum priority, P3, then P2, then P1. This is the sequence. So P3 will be executed first for 4 seconds, then P2 for 2 seconds, then P1 for 6 seconds. Done? So this is how you can execute, you can schedule processes in priority scheduling in non-primitive way. Is it clear with everyone? Now what is the exit time? What is the exit time? Here I am writing the exit time for each process. For P0 it is 10. For P1 it is 22. For P2 it is 16. For P3 it is 14. Fine. So in the same way you can find the turnaround time and waiting time. Is it clear? Okay, now this time you will perform some questions over this concept. And you will do this time you will perform this question. In this question, you will be given process IDs P1, P2, P3 and P4. Arrival time is 0, 1, 2, 3. Burst time is 4, 2, 4, 3. Priority given is 0, 1, 2 and 3. This represents the minimum priority and this represents the maximum priority number. Do it. Which one is the last process that will be executed? And what is the exit time of the last process? Do this question. For the second question, which process will be executed at the last? Which process will be executed? Yes, yes. Do for the third question. फर्स्ट और सेकंड हो गए हैं सबके? First and second, have you done? Okay. To the third question. Which process will be executed at the last? Which process will be executed last? And what is the exit time of the last process? Raj, why it is 22? It is 21. Yes. So let's discuss three of these numericals one by one. I'm just creating a chart here for your reference so that you can verify. For first question, at 0 time, which process arrives? P1. So I am having only one option to be executed. This is the non-primitive approach. Remember, this is a non-primitive approach. Fine. So P1 will be executed for 4 seconds. After that, till P2, P3 and P4 arrives, with who is having maximum priority? P4, then P3, then P2, right? P4, P3 and P2. Done. So P4 with 3 seconds, P3 with 4 seconds, and P2 with 2 seconds. Very simple. Second question. At time 0, which process arrives? At time 0. कोई भी प्रोसेस नहीं है तो 1 सेकेंड के लिए तो सिस्टम आइडल ही है हमारा. After that, at 1, C arrives. C की priority कुछ भी हो doesn't matter here because this is the only process at that time. At time 1, only C has arrived into the system, so I have to execute C for 3 seconds. Done. After that, till 4, each process arrives into the system. Accordingly, अभी C तो हमारा already schedule हो चुका है. अब इन सबको sequence देख लो क्या है. Which is having the maximum one after B, A, D, then E. B, A, D, and E. That is the burst time of B, 4 seconds. After A is having 1, then D, 2 seconds required, then E, again 2 seconds required. Done. This is the chart for the second question. सही है सब लोगों का? Have you verified? Yes, I'm asking from everyone, not from the only 3 people in the class. Okay. Third question, which process have been executed at the last? Which process? F you are saying. And exit time? 21. Okay, let us check. Exit time तो correct है क्योंकि 0 से start हो रहा है, burst time total 21 ही है. 0 पर कौन सा प्रोसेसर आई हुआ सिस्टम पे? बी। तो मुझे नॉन प्रिमिटिव अप्रोच है तो 4 सेकंड के लिए देना ही पड़ेगा। ठीक है, अब 4 सेकंड तक ई, डी, सी और ए सारे आ चुके हैं। ठीक है, तो इसमें कंपेयर करो, सबसे ज्यादा प्रायोरिटी किसकी है? बी तो हमारा कंप्लीट हो चुका है। सबसे ज्यादा प्रायोरिटी किसकी है? डी की, फिर सी की, फिर ए, आफ्टर ए D, C, A and E, right? So I will execute D, then C. देखो D एग्जीक्यूट किया कितने सेकंड के लिए? 4 सेकंड के लिए। अब 8 सेकंड तक ये F भी आ चुके हैं हमारे पास सिस्टम में। तो F की प्रायोरिटी क्या इन इन तीनों में से किसी से भी ज्यादा है? नहीं है, तो F सबसे लास्ट में एग्जीक्यूट होगा, राइट? सो C, A, E और F, this is the chart. C, how much time is required for C? 2 seconds. A, what is the burst time? 3. For E, what is the burst time? 2. For F, what is the burst time? 6. Done? So this is how you can attempt the questions according to the priority scheduling non-primitive fashion. Fine. Moving further, the second approach we are having is the primitive priority scheduling. As the name says that this is the primitive approach of priority scheduling. Primitive approach. Primitive का मतलब क्या है? I can take back CPU forcefully from ongoing processes. I can take back CPU from ongoing processes forcefully. This is the primitive approach says. And with the priority scheduling, we need to implement the primitive approach. काम उतना ही करना है. The process which is having high priority will be scheduled first. The process which is having high priority will be scheduled first. Simplest way. But now this is a primitive fashion. This is the primitive approach we need to follow over here. For example, let us see with an example. We are having 4 processes in the system with arrival time, burst time, and priority. Fine. So if I will consider this is a minimum priority and this is the maximum priority of the process, then according to the primitive approach, remember at time 0, some process arrives, P1. अब P1 को मैं कितने सेकंड के लिए एग्जीक्यूट करूंगी? जब तक मेरे पास कोई दूसरा प्रोसेस सिस्टम में ना आ जाए। दूसरा प्रोसेस कब आया? 1 सेकंड पे, राइट? तो 1 सेकंड तक मैंने P1 को एग्जीक्यूट किया। ठीक है, अब 1 सेकंड पे P2 एंटर होता है सिस्टम में। नाउ आई कैन कंपेयर द प्रायोरिटीज। Which one is having the maximum priority, P1 or P2? P1. So can I continue with P1? Yes, I can, because P2 is having minimum priority as compared to P1. So मैं क्या करूंगी यहाँ पर? P1 को मैंने कितने सेकंड के लिए एग्जीक्यूट किया था? 1 सेकंड के लिए। तो मैं फिर से P1 को एग्जीक्यूट करूंगी। कब तक? जब तक कोई दूसरा प्रोसेस सिस्टम में नहीं आ जाता। तो P3 arrives at 2. Now compare between P1, P2 and P3. Which one having maximum priority? P3. So P1 को मैंने 1 सेकंड के लिए और एग्जीक्यूट किया है, और लेकिन इस बार P3 की प्रायोरिटी ज्यादा है. If you can see here, which process is having high priority? P3. So P3 will be executed at that time. For how much seconds? Till the next process comes. P4 comes at 3. Right? So मैंने P3 को 1 सेकंड के लिए एग्जीक्यूट किया. अब नेक्स्ट जो प्रोसेस आ रहा है मेरे पास P4, क्या इसकी प्रायोरिटी से ज्यादा है? नहीं है. तो मेरे पास अब इसके बाद कोई भी प्रोसेस सिस्टम में नहीं आ रहा है. ठीक है, अब मैं क्या करूंगी? What I can do here is just write the sequence of processes I am having and execute them. Sequence P3, then P1, P4 and P2. This is the priority sequence. Yes or no? This is the sequence of priority. Now, which process will be executed? P3 for remaining time 8 seconds, क्योंकि 1 सेकेंड मैंने उसे यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी एग्जीक्यूट किया है, रिमेनिंग कितना है 8 सेकेंड मोर, 3 plus 8 11. After P1 P3 P1 will be executed for 6 seconds. After P1 P4 will be executed. P4 को कितने 5 seconds. Then P2 will be executed for 4 seconds. Is it clear how to do for primitive priority scheduling? Means in this case we can preempt. If you remember, recall the concept of shortest remaining time next. What we were doing, we are implementing SJF with preemption. Remember that? क्या करते थे हम लोग, जिस भी प्रोसेस का बर्स्ट टाइम मिनिमम है उसको हम एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं, लेकिन इसमें हम क्या कर पा रहे थे, हम प्रोसेसेस को प्रिम्प्ट कर पा रहे थे, ऑनगोइंग प्रोसेसेस को। तो क्या कर रहे थे, हम रिमेनिंग टाइम चेक कर रहे थे रेदर देन द बर्स्ट टाइम, right? So the same concept applies here. We are going to check priority with each second, with arrival of each new process. So whosoever is having high priority will be executed first, right? So moving ahead, you will go and you will perform for this question. Find the average turnaround time and average waiting time for the processes, and you need to use primitive priority scheduling. You need to implement primitive priority scheduling algorithm. Do it. What is the exit time of the last process? And which is the last process that will be executed? Let me know first. Then find out the turnaround time and waiting time. Correct. Do it. See guys, there's one more thing. This is having the minimum priority and this is your maximum priority.
Yes, for
Okay, for first question, you are getting correct answers. Do it the second and third question the same way. I'm just verify your charts. I'm just creating here for first question at 0. P0 will be there for 1 second only. Remaining time is 9. At 1, there's chart. Here it is. So after 1, after this, P1 will be executed because P1 is having maximum priority as compared to P0. Then how much second it will be going to execute for 3 seconds. For next 2 seconds, there is no process comes into the system. Then P2 arrives. P2 is having high priority than P1. Then P2 will be given, right? So this is the average waiting time and turnaround time. Match your answers. If you are having any doubt in this question, then please ask. May I repeat this? May I discuss this chart if anybody wants? Or is it clear? Then do these questions the same way, do these two questions as well by using primitive priority scheduling. Do it. Find the average turnaround time and waiting time for both. Find the average waiting time and turnaround time for both of the questions. अभी तक एक ही स्टूडेंट ने फाइंड आउट किया है, बाकी लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? डू इट क्विक. What is the average turnaround time and waiting time for first and second both? Yes, Aditi. Amit. Bhavisha. बस ये 3 स्टूडेंट्स काम कर रहे हैं क्या? बाकी क्या कर रहे हैं? हनील, पार्थिव, मिलोनी. मितुल.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you done? Mitul, have you done with both questions? Sanjana, Sanjana, Ramesh, do it quick. I'm just giving you a quick chart here so that you can verify your answer. At time 0, which process will be executed? There is no process. At 1, which process will be executed in between B and C? Which is having maximum priority? B. Right? For how many seconds? For 1 second. At 2, the remaining is 1. At 2, F arrives having maximum priority. F will be executed till 3. This is having remaining time 5. At 3, E arrives having maximum priority or not? No. Then F again executed for 1 second. Now this time 4 is remaining. At 4, D arrives. Priority is minimum as compared to F. Then F again will be executed. A and D both having less priority as compared to F. तब तक तो सब आ चुके हैं, तो F ही एग्जीक्यूट होगा, तो अब सीक्वेंस ही लिख लेते हैं. F है, फिर A, then B, then C, then D, then E. So remaining of F is 4 units. 4 plus 4, 8. Done. After F, A will be executed. The burst time for A is 1 unit, 9. After A, B will be executed. The burst time required for B is remaining 1. It is 10 now. Then C will be executed. C is having 3 units, required 3 unit time. Then D will be executed. How much time D required? 4 units. It is 17. Then E will be executed. How much time E requires? That is 5. So it is, the last time is 22. Is it done? The second question, let me draw the chart for you. At time 0, any process in the system? No. At time 1, P3 and P2, because both arrives at 1, so which is having maximum priority? P2. P2 will be executed first at till time 2. P2 का remaining time क्या रह जाता है 1. ठीक है. अब next जो आ रहे हैं 2 second पे P4 and P1 which is having maximum priority P1. So P1 will be executed first, right? P1, then P4, then P2, then P3. This is the sequence. P1 will be executed for 3 seconds. It is 5. After P4 will be executed. Requirement is 3 seconds. After P2 will be executed. Requirement is remaining is 1 second. Then P3 will be executed. Requirement is 4 seconds. Done. So this is how you can do for the primitive priority scheduling. This is the last scheduling algorithm we are having with us. Is it clear with everyone? So kindly verify your answers with these two questions. So we will continue the discussion in the next session. And we are done today with all the scheduling algorithms. We are having 5 scheduling algorithms with us, and we will continue the discussion in the next session with this. And for today, we are closing this session with that.